What do you get when you mix a Norwegian, a Japanese and a whole lot of English lads? A spicy Premier League week, of course. Arsenal soared to the top of the league table thanks to a victory over Luton. Martin Odegaard, our Norwegian maestro, found the back of the net while Daiki Hashioka, well, he scored too, but unfortunately it was an own goal. Talk about a surprise sushi roll in this English football feast. Meanwhile, Manchester City didn't just beat Aston Villa, they danced a merry jig around them. Phil Foden, the local lad-turned-hat-trick hero, led the charge. It seems the Villa defence was about as effective as a chocolate teapot. It's like the United Nations of football out here, with players from all corners of the globe keeping us on our toes. It's a global party, and everyone's invited. Well, everyone except the goalkeepers, who probably wish they could take a rain check. And that, my friends, is how you shuffle the Premier League deck. When you're dealt a Norwegian, a Japanese and a hat-trick hero, you know it's going to be a wild ride. Ever heard of a dry spell in the middle of a downpour? Well, ask Ivan Toney about it. The Brentford striker's goal drought continues despite his team's recent face-off against Brighton. Imagine this, you're on the pitch, the ball's at your feet, the goal's in sight, and yet the net remains untouched, like a pint at a pub after last call. Yes, that's the kind of summer Tony's been having. A British summer filled with promise but delivering only sporadic sunshine. Now let's switch gears and dive into another kind of dry spell, this time of the controversial kind. Bring in Calvin Phillips, the West Ham midfielder who's found himself in the eye of a storm. No, not the usual British drizzle, but a full-blown soap opera twist. The alleged offensive gesture he made has caused quite the stir, bringing a whole new meaning to handball. It's like watching an episode of EastEnders unfold on the pitch. The drama, the suspense, the shock. All we're missing is the iconic drum roll at the end. It's a reminder that football isn't just about the goals and the glory. It's also about the gaffes and the gestures, the moments that make us gasp, laugh, or shake our heads in disbelief. So as we continue to navigate this roller coaster of a season, let's not forget the droughts and the downpours, the highs and the lows. After all, it's these unexpected twists and turns that make the beautiful game even more thrilling to watch. So, in the words of every British weather forecast ever, expect more dry spells and sudden unexpected showers. And what's hotter than a cup of tea in an Englishman's hand? The Premier League title race, of course. The mercury is rising and the heat is on. This isn't just any regular football season, it's turning out to be a nail-biting, edge-of-your-seat thriller. Arsenal, with their recent victory over Luton, have put themselves at the top of the table. Martin Odegaard found the net and Daiki Hashioka, in a twist of fate, scored an own goal. Now that's what you call a self-goal, in more ways than one. Meanwhile, Manchester City, not to be outdone, turned up the heat with a sizzling 4-1 win over Aston Villa. Phil Foden, the star of the match, scored a hat-trick, sending City fans into a frenzy and the rest of the teams into a cold sweat. Liverpool, feeling the heat, have a challenging road ahead. They're set to face Sheffield United, a team not to be underestimated. As for Chelsea, they're preparing to square off against Manchester United. Talk about a clash of the titans. It's a bit like watching Mary Berry and Paul Hollywood going head-to-head in a Victoria Sponge bake-off. As we delve deeper into the season, the title race is becoming as unpredictable as the British weather. Who will rise to the occasion? Who will crumble under pressure is our high-stakes game, and the pressure is on. The Premier League isn't just a football league, it's a test of skill, strategy and nerves of steel. So buckle up, football fans, this title race is shaping up to be more exciting than a season finale of the Great British Bake Off.